Yeah, I started building tiny houses, I guess you could say in the mid to late 80s. I was still a kid. I was 10 or 11 years old, but the original impetus to build them was just to get away from my house and my parents. Not in a bad way, but we had a small house, one TV. I wanted to play Nintendo, and having one TV, that was a problem. So we ended up, my father, I had told him, that's it, I'm building my own house.
But when I moved here, you can't live or breathe in this region without hearing about Henry Thoreau. At the time, I was living down the hill with my then wife, and we decided to separate. I decided I'm going to build the house based on Thoreau's cottage, Thoreau's cabin in the woods.
When my daughter was in 6th grade, one of the class projects was building a model of a house that had to be under 100 square feet, or I guess about maybe 10 or 15 square meters. And she really liked the idea of a small house. So that was one of the things that made me start thinking, wow, this would be kind of a fun project to do. So when the tiny house movement made its appearance, that gave me more impetus and also gave me more ideas and some specifics about exactly what I needed to do to put this more vague idea into action.
I think I'm very much so a part of the movement. The things I do are a little more whimsical, they're a little more fun and colorful, and I think I'm definitely a part of that scene, which is certainly based around environmentalism, conservation, saving money, living lightly on the land. The great thing about a tiny house, you go to build one somewhere, you don't have to bulldoze and cut down 500 trees to put your house there.
Root of the American experiment is exploration, So on the one hand, on the other, there's this fierce sense of independence, American independence, and I guess beginning with the revolution, but personal independence, self-sufficiency. It's the Emerson idea of self-reliance, and that goes right along with a place of one's own. You don't have money, but you have the will and the skills, and you can manage to get a place of your own.
I think that a lot of people don't learn how to operate tools when they're younger, and that's unfortunate. And I think it does make it harder. If you never used a screwdriver when you were a kid, you feel uncomfortable using a screwdriver. I think that anybody who's motivated could use, simple construction principles to build something as elegant as a house if they wanted to.
Yeah, the door behind me, that was found. All the windows in this cabin were all found. The trailer was bought secondhand. Even the shelf next to me here, that was an old shipping crate, with a bunch of spare boards. I painted different colors. So to me, it's a challenge. It's fun to find stuff that's being thrown away and to give it new life.
I think it's maybe a statement against these massive houses that people build now. These monstrosities that are, these huge things. There's a case just recently. This guy, he built this, just like a Renaissance palace on the cliffs of Martha's Vineyard. Well, naturally, climate change, stronger storms. Well, he was, I don't know how many feet back from the shore. Now he's 20 feet from the shore. And, the absurdity of that, of, one couple building a 20,000, I don't know how big, swimming pools and bowling alleys and everything. Well, nature's going to take it away. And I think these tiny house people, they don't need that. You can be happy in a tiny house.